Hello friends, welcome back to my kitchen. I'm Kevin if you are new, and today, or rather this week, we are doing 4 one-pot dinners. I like these dinners because the main course and the side dish cook together in the same pot or pan. We are doing chicken pesto pasta, Tuscan salmon skillet dinner, one-pot Cajun chicken and sausage Alfredo pasta, and Marsala chicken meatballs. And I will post all of these recipes in the description box below. We're going to start with the chicken pesto pasta. And for the chicken pesto pasta, the recipe calls for store-bought traditional pesto, which is made with basil. I harvested chives from my garden earlier today, so I'm going to turn the chives into pesto that we will use for the dish. And fortunately, chive pesto is not only screamingly delicious, it's super easy to make. So I already washed and dried my chives. So all I have to do now is roughly chop them. I'm going to make the pesto right in my food processor. I'm probably going to make more pesto than I actually need for this dish, but that's fine because I love chive pesto. I love it spread on croutons, on fish, on chicken, you name it. And besides the chives, I need garlic. This is a garlic puck from my own homegrown garlic. It's the equivalent of probably 2 fresh garlic cloves. I also need some almonds. These are sliced almonds that I buy from Tierra Farm. They have the best almonds. Need a dash of salt. Then I'm going to add just enough olive oil to create a somewhat smooth paste. It doesn't have to be very smooth. You need a little taste. This is so incredibly delicious. If you've never tried chive pesto, you must. And I can put this in a bowl until I'm ready to use it. Now for the chicken component, I need a chicken breast, and I cut that breast into bite-sized pieces earlier this morning. So now I need to cook it in a skillet. I can tell you right now that this one-pot chicken pasta knocked it out of the park. I will make it again and again. To cook the chicken, warm some avocado oil in a medium skillet over medium heat. Add the chicken and a generous sprinkling of salt. When the chicken is nicely browned and cooked through, transfer it to a plate. Then, to the same skillet, add water, heavy cream, garlic, red pepper flakes, and a pinch of salt. When the liquid achieves a simmer, add penne pasta and cook until the pasta is al dente and the cream has reduced to a sauce that coats the pasta. My pasta was al dente after just 9 minutes. My cream has reduced, so now I need to stir in Parmesan cheese, return the chicken, and toss until the cheese is melted and the chicken is warmed through about 2 minutes. So the final step is to fold in some of this gorgeous pesto. I'm going to be rather generous here. Oh my, I think I'm going to love this dish. My first time making it. Oh, let's just add all of the chive pesto. Why not? If a little chive pesto is good, more is better. And the only thing left to do is taste the dish. Look at this. This makes a wonderful dinner, I think, because we have the protein from the chicken, the starch from the pasta, and we have our vegetable from the chives. I do consider chives a vegetable, even though it's technically an herb. Lizette is in another room working on a project. I'm filming this video on my own, as you can probably tell. So let me take this into her. Oops, I'm back because I forgot to garnish each dish with some chopped fresh chive. To Lizette. Well, Lizette said, wow. She really loves this. I think this is absolutely heavenly. The chicken is perfectly cooked, and I'm really glad that I let the chicken brown very well on each side because it has a bit of a crust. The Parmesan cheese contributes some saltiness, and the cream made a fabulous sauce. Another bite. This chicken pesto pasta is an absolute winner. I would make it again and again. I'm going to finish my pasta in another room, and then I will see you again the next time I am making a one-pot dinner. Hello again. Tonight we're doing Tuscan salmon skillet dinner. I've made this dinner before. It is creamy, dreamy, delicious. And besides center cut salmon fillets, I have vegetable stock, some vermouth, some sun-dried tomatoes, cannellini beans, which I have rinsed and drained, butter, and olive oil. In a large skillet, warm the butter and oil over medium heat. When the butter melts, sprinkle on the salt and pepper. Add the salmon and sear it until it is deeply browned. That's 2 to 3 minutes per side. Transfer the salmon to a plate. Add the stock and the vermouth to the pan. As the liquid boils, use a wooden spoon or spatula to scrape up the bits of salmon that have stuck to the pan. Add the heavy cream and let it boil until it begins to thicken. That will take 30 seconds to 1 minute. And once the cream sauce has thickened, I will return the salmon fillets, plus add some chopped sun-dried tomatoes, my drained and rinsed cannellini beans, and a handful of baby spinach leaves. This Tuscan salmon skillet dinner is one of my husband's favorite one-pot dinners. I love it too. I completely forgot to add the vermouth, so I'm going to add it now. We are not quite ready to eat yet, so I am going to pop these plates and the salmon into a 200-degree Fahrenheit oven, just to keep everything warm. Smells just wonderful. You could serve this over rice, but I think it's delicious just the way it is. One tiny taste. So the salmon is done, but it is definitely not overdone. I love every component of this Tuscan salmon skillet dinner. And what did it take? All of 10 minutes to make, if that. So I will post the printable recipe for this Tuscan salmon skillet dinner in the description box below. And then I will see you once again the next time I'm making a one pot or pan dinner. We're going to enjoy our dinner out on the porch. It's a lovely evening. Hello again. It's the next day, and I have to tell you, my spouse and I are still talking about the Tuscan salmon dinner we had last night. So delicious. And this evening, I want to try this Marsala chicken meatballs recipe that I found from the New York Times, and I will link it in the description box below. I love traditional chicken Marsala, and I've made it often, but I think I might also like this Marsala chicken meatballs version. So I have my mise en place here. I need about 1 cup of diced onion, a 1/3 cup of breadcrumbs. These are just plain breadcrumbs. 1/4 cup of dry Marsala wine, a glug or 2 of olive oil, and a generous pinch of salt. I also need some black pepper. And I need to mix this just to combine everything and to let the breadcrumbs soak in that wonderful Marsala wine. Marsala is actually a fortified wine, by which I mean it's wine plus, I think, brandy. Then we need to add 1 pound of ground chicken. I'm going to wear my food prep gloves. In goes the ground chicken. And I'm going to mix the chicken and the other ingredients together. Now, with my one clean hand, I need to fetch an ice cream scoop and a baking tray. And we are to form this mixture into 14 balls. The recipe says to use a 3 tablespoon scoop, which I think this is. I could be wrong. Yes, I think this scoop is a bit larger than 3 tablespoons because I only got 1, 2, 3, 6, what did I get, 12? Yes, 12 chicken meatballs. I'm going to round these out, and I'm going to flatten them just slightly so they will brown more quickly and cook more evenly. I love testing out new recipes because I never know what I might find. I might discover my new favorite thing. Done. Now we need to cook the meatballs. And I'm going to cook mine in a 12-inch braising pan, but you could use any skillet here. I'm browning the meatballs in a little avocado oil. When the meatballs have browned on both sides, transfer them to a plate or a baking tray. Then add 1 cup of diced onion to the skillet and sauté until the onions turn golden brown at the edge. Add 1 pound of sliced mushrooms, I bought mine already sliced, and sauté for about 6 minutes or until the mushrooms color and lose most of their moisture. Now sprinkle 2 tablespoons of flour over the onion and mushrooms
and stir for a minute just to cook the flour. Then pour 1 cup of Marsala wine into the skillet while stirring constantly. Cook for about 2 minutes or until the Marsala reduces to a honey-like consistency. Add 1 3/4 cups of water and bring the works to a vigorous simmer.
And we have achieved a vigorous simmer, so now we can return the meatballs to the pan. They're not meatballs, they are chicken balls. Now I'm reducing my heat to medium-low. And I will partially cover the braising pan and continue to cook for about 12 minutes or until the chicken meatballs are totally cooked and the sauce has thickened. And just like that, our Marsala chicken meatballs are done. And this looks just fantastic. Now, although this dish billed itself as a one-pot dinner, I kind of think I need something to go along with it. Maybe a slice of crusty baguette, maybe some pasta, but I don't want to overdo my carbs, so I'm going to serve it just like this. And my other half is not quite ready to eat, so I just want to have a small taste for you. And then I can keep this warm in a 175-degree Fahrenheit oven. Oh, the chicken meatballs are perfectly cooked. Perfectly cooked and loaded with flavor. Oh, this is wonderful. And this Madeira sauce is just perfection. I just ate a mushroom. Meaty, and here again, loaded with the Madeira, not Madeira, Marsala flavor. And once again, we are going to have our dinner on the front porch because the weather has suddenly turned warm and just really beautiful. And I just had a thought. I think I could stir some coleslaw mix into this sauce. I think that would be delicious. And I happened to buy a bag of tricolor coleslaw earlier today, so we can just stir this in. The coleslaw can act as a low-carb pasta, although coleslaw is most definitely not a part of traditional chicken marsala. Oh, it looks beautiful in the pan. And the coleslaw will wilt, but it will still be somewhat crunchy as it sits in this very hot Marsala liquid. Let me have another little taste here. Okay, this is perfection. Chicken Marsala meatballs with coleslaw. Excellent, really excellent. I'm going to pop this into the warm oven until it's actually dinner time. And one thing I will say about these one-pot dinners is that there is truly very little cleanup involved. I couldn't believe how easy it was to clean up after making this Marsala chicken meatball dinner. So thank you for watching, and I will see you tomorrow when we make another one-pot dinner. I want my other half to have a taste.
And what's it called?
It is Marsala chicken meatballs. I can never remember the titles of these one-pot dinners.
I love the way the mushrooms look.
Yeah, well, I browned them really well. And there's onions in there. And to healthify this dish and make it more of a full dinner, I added coleslaw to it. So there's healthy cabbage in it. I healthified the dish.
It not only melts in your mouth, but the crunchiness of the coleslaw mixed with mushrooms is fabulous.
Yeah. So you love?
I love it.
Oh, I'm so glad.
My friends, I hope you will give these Marsala chicken meatballs a try. For me, they are love at first bite.
Hello again, friends. I'm getting ready to make our fourth and final, at least for now, one-pot dinner. And I have to tell you, today's dinner is going to have some stiff competition from the previous 3 dinners we've made. So we are doing one-pot Cajun chicken and sausage Alfredo pasta. And I already have my chicken cut into bite-sized pieces here. I will link the recipe in the description box below. And now I need to slice this turkey sausage into slices. Had to really think about that one. And then I need to coarsely chop some flat-leaved parsley. I have all of my other ingredients ready over here. And then I need to brown the chicken in a large pot. I'm using this big number. I need oil. And instead of trying to individually season all of this chicken, I'm simply going to put the seasoning in the skillet. Salt, pepper.
Brown the chicken in the skillet. Then add the sausage and continue to cook until the sausage is lightly browned. Stir in garlic, chicken broth, heavy cream, and dried pasta. I'm using gluten-free penne pasta here because it is all I had on hand. Then add Cajun seasoning. The recipe calls for 1.5 tablespoons here, which was honestly just a bit much for my taste. Reduce the heat, cover the skillet, and cook until the pasta is tender.
While I'm cleaning up here, I wanted to say that this pasta dinner, I think, makes enough to feed a small army. We probably won't eat all of it tonight because it's only 2 of us here, but I plan to freeze any leftovers if we like the dish. And I have a feeling we will like the dish, although I don't know if we will like it as much as we liked the other 3 one-pot dinners we made, because they were beyond delicious. A watched pot never boils, so I'm going to stop looking at this. I cooked this pasta for only 9 minutes, and already it is at the al dente stage. I mean, I tested a piece. So now we can stir in some grated parm. I grated this cheese in my food processor earlier. I'm adding more Parmesan cheese than the recipe calls for, because that's just me being me. Stir that in. It certainly looks appetizing. Now, I'm surprised that the liquid wasn't absorbed more by the pasta, but maybe that's just the nature of gluten-free pasta. Now I want to stir in or fold in the parsley that we chopped earlier.
Lisette tried this pasta dish a day after I had made it. She thought it was absolutely wonderful.
I think I will have to serve this in bowls. Oh, this is beautiful. I am getting a very nice creamy Cajun facial right now. There are worse things in life. We have one little taste. It's going to be very hot. And we are not quite ready to eat just yet. So I will keep this pasta dish warm in a 175-degree Fahrenheit oven. This is very good, but I will say that you have to like Cajun seasoning in order to enjoy this Cajun chicken dish. And I hope my spouse likes Cajun seasoning. So I'm going to cover this large skillet, pop it in my warm oven, and then I will come back when my spouse can taste test this dish. So my other half is here, and we are going to taste test this one-pot Cajun chicken and sausage Alfredo. You need a bit of sausage in here. A little for me. I already tasted this, but I want to taste it again after it has been in the warm oven. Are you ready? Bon appetit. Okay. So this is one-pot Cajun chicken and sausage Alfredo pasta, and it's gluten-free pasta.
Pasta really melts in your mouth. Very
The pasta surprisingly really held up to all that cooking. I was afraid it would fall apart. Now, what do you think about the seasoning? Is it too spicy for you?
No, it's not.
Really?
Nope. It adds to the flavor of having the pasta.
Great. He said the Cajun seasoning adds to the flavor of what?
The pasta.
Of the pasta. Well, I'm really glad you like it. So now you were not here for the chicken pesto pasta dinner that we made earlier in the week, but Lizette and I both had that and loved it. You were here for the Tuscan salmon skillet dinner, and you adored that, right?
It was terrific.
Okay. And you and I each had the Marsala chicken meatballs dinner last night.
Mm-hmm. It was good.
It was good.
It was very good. I prefer the Tuscan salmon as the best.
Really? Over the Marsala chicken meatballs?
I like that, but I just, the Tuscan salmon was special.
Was ace. Okay, that was top tier for you. Okay, so that's my spouse's take. This is my take. Chicken pesto pasta, Tuscan salmon skillet dinner, and Marsala chicken meatballs. As I said, all three top tier, 10 out of 10. The recipes were easy to follow, and they are fail-proof. The one-pot Cajun chicken and sausage Alfredo pasta, I think is good, but it's just my own prejudice against very spicy foods. But I think if you like a bit of spice in your life, you will certainly enjoy this dinner. And thank you so much for watching. And if you enjoyed this video, I would very much appreciate you giving it a thumbs up and for sharing it with someone. Also, be sure to like the video and to leave a comment below because I love hearing from you. I will have another video for you next weekend. And until then, please treat yourself very, very well. I can't wait to see you again. Bye for now, friends.